Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Zemo, the Grim Daddy himself, and today's video is something a little bit different, and not necessarily something I wanted to make, but the whole situation's annoyed me, and I really wanted to get my thought process about it out there. Now, if you don't know, The Unknown has been released to an amount of success, and equally an amount of drama. Now, to explain the situation, what you see in front of us here is technically not the Unknown. What this thing is here is a flesh marionette taken over by the Unknown. If you look at the neck, there's like 3 little holes there. The Unknown is this little alien flower-like creature that lives in that body's neck. And what it's done is killed somebody and hijacked their body and uses it in a very gruesome way. And you can see the whole body is contorted and twisted and not quite right. And the Unknown uses the voice of the person that they've taken over to convince people to come with them. And there is both a male and female set of audio for this that are overlapped depending on the gender. Obviously, the female one is more prominent on the female skins, the male one's more prominent on the female skins. Now, what I'm going to say about this is a lot of people have been giving very unkind and horrifying anti-trans comments, you know, making fun of people's appearance, mocking them, all that kind of thing. In no way do I condone harassment of any kind to anybody. No one should be harassed. No one should be feeling unsafe or, you know, fearful for their life. But I'm going to say that this is not a representation of trans people. It's not. It flat out isn't. Now, most of the controversy is revolved around the 2 female skins and I suppose the granny skin. But essentially, these 2 characters here are actually part of the Unknown's backstory. They're 2 cheerleaders that went to the movies and then got, you know, killed. And then flesh puppeteered. And most of the skins for the Unknown are actually just reskins of his male one. But these characters here at the top are all victims of the Unknown. He is piloting them. These are legitimately the bodies of the person he has hijacked and taken over. It's not a case of it's a man that's became a woman or a woman that's became a man. It is literally a monster that has taken someone's body. So I don't feel like the trans comments are fair, and I don't think they're very nice. And I can understand why people would be angry that, you know, saying that trans people look like this, because no one fucking looks like this. No one looks like the Unknown. Don't get me wrong, you might have similarities in your face, you know, he kind of looks like Wallace from Wallace and Gromit, but, like, no real person has a body shaped like that, because it's just physically impossible and horrifying. And this is my kind of point of it, is that I don't think the developers even remotely thought that anybody would take this as some sort of transphobic attack towards people, because it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. The creature is a body snatcher that's taken over the bodies of multiple people, and most of the skins are in fact male. It's not like it was a story written that it was a character that has changed their gender. It's literally this unknown ancient creature that kills people and steals their bodies. So I just find it ludicrous and incredibly silly that people are even remotely blaming behaviour here. The people that are to blame are the ones making the horrible comments. And yeah, they should get tarred and feathered for it, but at the same time, I don't encourage harassment to anyone. If you make mean comments online and people make mean comments back to you, then that's kind of your punishment for it. But I don't think you should go out of your way to harass them deliberately. Just ratio them and put a community note under them. Now, a chunk of the drama has came from the voice actor who voice acted the Unknown. They are a trans voice actress that can do both a male and female voice, and I believe they were hired by Behaviour for this exact thing. They wanted to be able to create a body snatcher character that has 2 sets of voices. And when it comes to the Unknown, as I said before, the voices are overlapped depending on the current flesh puppet they're using. Now, their reaction to the whole situation was as thus. I voiced the character The Unknown in Dead by Daylight. At the time of voicing, it was a great experience. I was told at the time I was voicing the character that there was no model and the creature was supposed to be amorphous. They had no design model before I recorded my lines, so it's my assumption that the design team took my medical history and my ability to use multiple voices as an opportunity to create a character models, encapsulate my medical history as trans, and capitalise on catering to the transphobic community. I was tricked into voicing a stereotype. Since yesterday, I've been virally harassed for being trans by thousands of people since yesterday. Many folks in the trans community are up in arms over this, and rightfully so. I feel that reparations from the team that deliberately tricked me is the only logical next choice of action. I am so upset, so infuriated, and people are comparing trans people to these clearly transphobic character skins. If I had any idea of the fallout would happen after simply voicing a character, I never would have in the first place. Let me personally apologise to anyone who has been a victim of transphobia due to the release. Please know you are loved, know that you are valid. As for me, I am not okay. This has ruined my reputation, has put me physically at risk for being attacked in public if anybody recognised my face or voice. There were no diversity consultants on this project. The company knew that making a stereotypical man in the dress as characters and having a trans voice actress voice it would bring lots of money and people back to the game. I'm not dumb. I know how marketing works. This seems to be a huge ploy, and the trans community, along with myself, were the victims. Now, I'm going to flat out say that trans people and this voice actress were not victims in this situation. Behaviour did not make a transphobic character. This is a monster that body snatches people and has hijacked their body. It is neither male nor female. It is a thing. It is a monster. And this person's language is very, very bad from probably a legal standpoint. Because, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but this could be seen to an extent as defamatory. Because the language they use consistently in here is, I was tricked. This is deliberate transphobia. This is an attack on trans people. This is the problem with their statement, is that they have received some people harassing them, and I say some. If it's thousands, then it's a lot. They've received harassment, and that's not good. People should not be harassing anybody for any reason. It's a bad thing to do, and you're an asshole for doing it. But at the same time, to then clearly not speak to behaviour about it, clearly not do research on the character, and not know anything about it other than you voiced it, is incredibly irresponsible. They've came out swinging and basically saying that behaviour did this deliberately. No, they did not. The transphobic community that exists as a thing will find any reason to make horrible, horrible comments. Horrible people will do horrible things, and that's what horrible people have done. But at the same time, this isn't a good look for this voice actress, because this, to me, reeks of opportunistic intent. They have basically said that behaviour deliberately did something, that behaviour is deliberately responsible for perpetuating transphobia and trying to entice the transphobic community, which I'll go out there in a bag and say probably isn't a big part of the Dead by Daylight community, isn't probably a big part of, human people that exist. And to cater towards a very niche community that is seen as assholes is probably not the best marketing move. So I don't think that's the case. But then they say that I feel that reparations from the team that deliberately tricked me, and they do use the word tricked multiple times. Again, this reeks of opportunistic intent, because it just makes this person look like they want money for what they've already been paid for because of emotional distress that people have inflicted on them. Random people. It's not behaviour that's said anything, done anything like this. Behaviour has been one of the most inclusive companies I've seen in video games. They're inclusive without feeling overbearing with it. And then they say near the end here that there was no diversity consultants on this project. So, I mean, what does that even mean? There was nobody there saying, oh, this could be seen as racist, this could be seen as transphobic. The problem is, the design of the character was a body-snatching monster. Now, if people want to conflate that with being trans, then that just shows how ignorant and backwards their mental reasoning is. It's a very bad and poor representation of a general person's thought process. These bad people would have made bad comments. These bad people would continue to make bad comments. This has not created transphobia. This has just shown that transphobic people will make horrible remarks regardless. And I just feel like this actress has shot themselves in the foot because it's just made it look like they are out for just drama and money. That's my perspective from it. Yeah, they've been attacked. Yeah, this is them trying to defend themselves. But they've attacked the wrong people. They've basically attacked the person in their corner and made some very defamatory statements that could result in legal action. Now, we come to their next and probably last post on this thing, and I have noticed it's in a different account, so I don't know what's going on with there. There has been a recent misunderstanding. Anybody that thinks the skins are going away is not in the loop. Behaviour is allegedly aware of the mass transphobic remarks and memes being made, and the gaming community is not a reflection of the game developer. I wasn't kept in the loop, and with the character's final look would be, I was given an ambiguous description of the part, and even though I tried my best to find out more, continue asking for more info, that wasn't possible. This is why I was upset. The skins themselves were never the issue. Lack of communication was, please stop boycotting behaviour. They are not transphobic. It's wrong to take bits of info and jump to your own conclusions. Behaviour is a good company and has nothing but kind and support for the tough process of receiving mass harassment for my involvement in the character. Leave it alone. Now, I'm going to say the last part I can agree with. Don't boycott behaviour for transphobic stuff. They are not transphobic. And yeah, it is wrong to take bits and jump to your own conclusions. Behaviour is a good company when it comes to inclusivity and generally accepting people for who they are. And overall, they seem like a group of nice people. You might argue they are not the best developers and for a multitude of different reasons, but I've never directly thought that Behaviour was an insidious organisation. The problem I have with this whole thing is that the final statement is that Behaviour has been a good company and nothing but kind and supporting through the tough process of receiving mass harassment. Now, your language you use is very telling. The second sentence is Behaviour is allegedly aware of the mass transphobic remarks. What does that mean? Like, if you're going to use the word alleged, it means you don't know. But if they are helping you through the process and have been kind to you and supporting you, surely that proves they're aware of the transphobic remarks. I don't understand this contradictory language they're using in their own statement. Moreover, they haven't apologised to Behaviour for what is potentially defamatory remarks. The language they used in their previous post is Behaviour definitely made a transphobic character. Behaviour tricked me. I have been tricked. I want reparations. Like, they clearly believed they were in the right and that Behaviour had done something very transphobic. That was the language they're using. At no point do they apologise for that. At no point do they apologise for spreading misinformation and blaming Behaviour. The people who made transphobic remarks are the transphobes here. The people that have made the transphobic remarks are the ones that are the bad people in this situation. But this voice actor doesn't come across as good either. They've, like, if you read through the statement, it just, like, comes across as very petty and, like, trying to get something out of a situation that they didn't deserve anything for. And I just don't feel good about this person. I feel like they've been caught out and this is like a boilerplate PR response, but then doesn't even apologise for what they said. I just don't. This doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth about this person. When I originally saw them post up about how they voice acted the unknown in their original post about the unknown, they seemed quite happy and quite chill, and I was like, yeah, well done. I loved the voices. It's scary as fuck. But now I just feel like this person is a bit two-faced. Like they will make pretty bad comments about a company and then won't even apologize for it. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what's your guys' opinion on it? Do you think they should apologize about this? And again, in no way do I condone harassment. I don't want anybody leaving messages in this person's Twitter profile or anything. I'm just getting my opinion out there that I just feel it's a bit strange that they haven't directly said I'm sorry behavior. I'm sorry for the bad comments I made. I just don't know. So yeah, overall, I feel like this whole situation's left a kind of bad taste in my mouth. I don't think behaviour are transphobic in any way, shape, or form. And I think there is, yes, a lot of transphobic people out there that use Twitter because they get banned off every other platform, and in real life they probably get their asses beat to make really harmful comments to people. And yeah, it's not good. It's not a good situation. But the fact that people are just blaming the wrong people in this scenario just upset me a little bit. I don't think that the devs deserve any way, shape, or form any hate for it. And I think there are people on both sides of the situation, the trans community and the transphobic side, that are stoking the flames for controversy and to, get people up in arms, when the reality is bad people will make bad comments. Bad people will say bad things, and bad people are going to be bad people. Overall, don't be a dick. Don't be a dick to other people. If someone's a dick to you, yeah, you can be a dick back to them, but don't deliberately go out of your way to mess with people and, be a bigot. I think that the world has a lot of harsh and horrible things already happening that we don't need to add any more to it. I just feel like I like being honest about how I feel about these situations, and it's just don't be a dick. Either way, guys, we'll catch you next time. Have a good night.